Hi everybody, welcome back to a new project. This is my design team project for Country Craft Creations. And we're going to be using Graphic45 Kaleidoscope. Let me see if I have it here to show it to you. So as you can see, it's amazing. And I just want to say right up front, this is a paper that is so beautiful in person. Much more beautiful, I think, than it photographs. I think it's well worth getting it. It's when I first saw it, I wasn't going to get it because I thought, well, it's animals, but it's not just that. It's really beautiful. I love it. I really love it. So hopefully, by the time we get into this project, you will too, if you don't already. The only reason I say that is because I've heard quite a few people say they didn't care for it, weren't going to buy it because, you know, of the animals, but it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. But anyway, so you've already seen the finished project, and we're doing a folio, and I've got some things started before I began filming, just in the interest of trying to save some time. And let me tell you right off the bat what we're going to need. We're going to need 3 pieces of chipboard, 8.5 by 10. And you're going to need 2 pieces of chipboard, 1 by 10 for the spines. Then, in order to cover the pieces of chipboard, I can't remember what size these were, you're going to need, let's see, 9.5 by 12. You're going to need 3 pieces, 9.5 by 12, and you're going to need 2 pieces that are 3 3/4 by 12. Okay, and what I've done, I'm going to show you. You're going to need to take 2 of your pieces, and we're going to do one of them. I'm going to do one of them with you on camera, but you're going to have to wrap 3 sides. So you're going to place one edge of your cardstock, this is artisan cardstock in black, right up against the edge, and then you'll have an inch hanging over each side, and then you'll cover it the way we would normally do a cover, and I'm going to show you. The third piece, you're going to have just the width. I think I told you to cut 3 that were 9.5, but you're only going to need 2 9.5 by 12, and you're going to need 1 8.5 by 12. And that one is going to be right up against the edges of the chipboard here, and then just wrapped on 2 sides. Oh, what's the matter, Katie? Hi. All right, so let me show you. This one is that I was just showing you, very easy. You're just going to wrap the 2 ends, and you can see I trimmed the corners just a little bit. And then this one, this edge is even, and I've put tape. I've already adhered it, and I used my score tape sheets for 2 of them, and then I was out for the 3rd one, so I used combination of score tape and wet glue, and I'm just lightly trimming those 2 corners, and then I'm going to trim these corners at an eyeballed 45 degrees. Like that. I hope I don't know if you can hear it or not. We've got some bit of a thunderstorm going on right now. It's not too bad, but you might be able to hear it. So I'm just pre-folding all 3 of these sides. And the reason I'm doing this way is because if I did it in, I pieced the cover together and did a long cover, it would be huge, and I don't have a huge space to work with. And this is just a whole lot less awkward. And there's some thunder. Okay, and I'm just pulling off the tape. And just pull that over. You know what, I didn't put any glue in there. You don't have to, but I usually do. I'll put it on the other side. All right, we'll just start with this side. And I'm just taking my bone folder and just tipping that excess in. I hope you can see. It's hard with the black. It doesn't want to tip. Hang on. Okay. There you go. And, oh, sorry, that's... Go. And just burnish everything really well. And just go ahead and tip that in like that. And we'll put a little glue. I don't think I've made a folio on my channel. I've done them, I just haven't, I don't think I've ever done a video. And I felt, I was gonna do a book, a mini album, because I had seen several folios already with this paper, but I actually started one, but it was kind of a hot mess, so I decided to use a different cover technique. I didn't like the way it came out. And I really wanted something quite large to accommodate some of the designs on the paper, so I kept coming back to doing a folio. So, all right, so that's all of our cover pieces, or at least the ones we need for the moment. And let me show you. All right, so I got those done. So then you're going to need to take the narrower pieces, and you're going to center your 1-inch piece in the middle, and that's going to put it 1 3/8 in from one side, and of course you want to center it top to bottom, and then put a piece of 1/4 inch tape on either side just as to help you as a guide. All right, so now I'm going to put one of these aside for the moment, and I'm going to need, you know what, I'm just thinking to myself, because I wasn't paying attention, which way I want to go. I think, it doesn't really matter. We'll start with this one. Okay, so this is our centerpiece. Whoops, no it's not. Hang on. There's my centerpiece. There it is. This is the centerpiece. This is the one that has, it's just like this. It just has the top and bottom. All right, and what's going to happen is it needs to go here, lined up with this piece, right? So let me grab, I've got some right here, some score tape. And I'm going to put this piece of score tape on the outside along the edge. Doesn't matter which edge at this point, they're both the same. Scissors are a mess from other projects, as usual. And then I'm going to put another piece of score tape here, right up against the first one. Now, this first one, I didn't really fuss overly much about how far I went, but this one I do want to kind of get it about even. There we go, like that. And what did I do with my bone folder? Cleaned up right before we started, so now of course I can't find anything. Well, I'll use my... Alright, so... you know what, I put that in the wrong place. Well, that's alright, it's fine. Where I really needed to put that was along the outer edge. Sorry about that, I'm apparently a little distracted today. And then along the outer edge here. Like that. Okay. then we're going to remove this piece, the back, not the whole piece obviously, and the back of that one. And then we're going to remove this one. Like that. And I'm using my Tim Holtz clear ruler here. Just lining that up just like that. Okay. And okay, I've got to find my bone folder. All right, there we go. All right. So now that's the center. And let's turn around. And we're going to put the other spine piece here. So let's repeat that with the glue, not the glue, but the tape. Okay, and I sort of pre-folded this a little so I can see. I don't know if you can see it, but I can sort of see where my tape needs to begin and end. Okay. And then this one goes on the outside. I think what I probably should do is just put an extra piece down the middle. Just like that. Okay. And before I forget, I'm going to put the extra piece on this one as well. Now, I'm going to just do the exact same thing. This one. Take these. We're leaving this one for now, the one that's right up against the chipboard. Okay, let's get our ruler again so that we can make sure we have things lined up. Okay, just like that. Okay, so now we have our center piece and then our two spines. Then I'm going to go ahead and put tape on the other side of this one along the edge. There. And we're going to put one down the middle. Now we just need to repeat, and we'll slide this over. And what we're going to do with these, and you need to be careful now. This is your outside edge. This is the side that goes to the middle. The one that's not wrapped is going to go here. Okay? So let's go ahead and put a piece of tape. I'm using 1/4 inch score tape. If you have 3/8, that would be fine, although you definitely want the 1/4 inch here. All right, as long as I'm doing that, I'm just going to grab this piece, make sure I've got the correct edge, and I'm going to go ahead and put the tape on that one as well. I swore that I was not going to do black again for a while because it's so hard to see. And I almost used white with this paper. I thought it would look really pretty, but in the end I did decide to go with the black. We'll use white mats most likely though. Alright, so let's set one of these aside and let's grab the other one. And we're going to use our ruler again, make sure everything's straight. And if you have a big workspace and you just want to do one long piece and wrap the whole thing, you know, certainly you could do it that way, but I do not have a big workspace, and to me it just seemed like it was going to be a really difficult proposition if I tried to do it that way. And you can see a little black there. What that is actually is cardstock that's hanging over slightly. So there's not really a gap there. It just looks like there is. Okay. And then what we're going to do is just wrap these over like so. Okay. Give you an idea of what we're doing. Alright, so let's turn this over and do this side. You can see this goes together quite quickly. I'm running into a light stand over here, that's why I'm fiddling with it, trying to find a room for it. Well, I don't think I'm going to. I'll try and do it at an angle, see how it goes. And again, I've got my, I don't know if you can see it. There you go, see? I've got my Tim Holtz ruler that I'm using to help line things up. Right. A couple of things out of the way here. Doing some work earlier with, sorry if my head just went in the shot. I've got to get some tweezers and get that out. Some black gauzy fabric like cheesecloth, and there's little bits of it everywhere. It's going to come up and over, and this is going to come up and over as well. Okay, so now let me grab my funky tool here. So I always forget to pull these up. Let's get these out of the way. Grab our tape, which is somewhere here. There it is. We're out of the way. We're done with that. All right, and we're just going to run a piece of tape here. And here. I think I'll just run an extra one. Didn't really need it, but put it there anyway. kind of struggling with. I don't know if you could even see what I was just doing there. And here. Okay. Let's do those two and then we'll turn it around and get the other two. Okay. Just up and over, just as easy as that. Okay. Let's slide that down. And we'll do this one. For the last, I don't know, I'm trying to think, since February? So 3 months, for about the last 3 months, I have been working weird shifts. But finally, starting this week, I'm back on normal hours, and it's a lot easier to, I don't know, for me, it's just a lot easier to create this way and to film. All right, turn it around. Okay. Okay. All right, so let's just use the bone folder to press this down. We're gonna gradually bend our covers. Right. Okay. This is going to be a large folio, but I'm happy with that. It's kind of what I was going for, obviously. You don't cut something 10 inches when you're making a mini album, unless you want to end up with a large book. Okay, so there we go. Here is our cover. All right, and the last thing that we need to do is, I'm not going to fully mat the insides yet, but I am going to cover these spine pieces. Let's see, I have these 2 pieces. Where are they? Wide enough. Okay, so these are 3.5. So I'm going to need 3.5, and let's see, these are 10. So 3.5 by 9 3/4. There is the other one. Okay. That looks good. So we're going to put on this side, put tape around the perimeter. Grab my scissors. Burnish those down. before I put this down, I just want to check, see if I need another piece of tape. I think it's fine. Now, bear in mind that most of this piece is eventually going to be covered. You want to get it as straight as you can, and you want to center it and all that, but if it's just slightly off, it's not a big deal. It's definitely going to be covered. You should probably be more concerned about centering it top to bottom than side to side. Let's turn this around. To very carefully use your bone folder and gently work the paper so that you can with the black. It's very hard to see. Now, if you're working with artisan cardstock, you know, it doesn't crack the way a lot of other cardstocks will, but you still want to be careful with it. Looks good. I've mentioned before that making covers is my least favorite part of the process, especially when I just spent 2 days making a cover that came out just terrible. But there's something just very satisfying about finishing a cover. You know, starting with a pile of paper and ending up with a book. Looks good. All right, and this is going to give us a lot of real estate to work with. Okay, all right, I think this is a good stopping point. So, join me next time, and we'll start working on the inside of our folio, adding lots of elements, and we'll see how far we get. I think I'm not sure yet, but you probably are because you've seen the finished project, but I think I'm going to put a singles page in each of these spines, but we'll see. All right, thanks again for watching. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do so. and hit the like button if you've enjoyed this video. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you see when I post the next video. And again, you can get all the supplies for this album at Country Craft Creations, and I will post a link down below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.